Hello and welcome to episode 15 of my show, Interesting Facts and Quotes. And here we go, without wasting any time. Let's start with the Hamletian dilemma. Hamletian dilemma. The phrase is derived from William Shakespeare's play Hamlet, when Hamlet, the Prince of Dutch, learns that his father was murdered by his uncle. He is in a dilemma as to whether he should avenge his father's death or continue ruling the kingdom of Dutch. And that is how this phrase came into existence. 2. Begusarai in Bihar was once known as the Leningrad of Bihar, or you could say the Leningrad of East. It was recently in news again because the communists are trying to field Kanhaiya Kumar from this pro-communist constituency. Friends, Leningrad, as we all know, is a place in Russia. The famous siege of Leningrad lasted from September 1941 to 44. By the end of the siege, some 632,000 people are thought to have died, with nearly 4,000 people from Leningrad starving to death on Christmas Day, that is 1941. The first German artillery shell fell on Leningrad on September 1st, 1941. So, Begusarai now reminds of Leningrad. 3. Teacher absenteeism accounts for the loss of up to 1/4 of primary school spending. A World Bank report estimates this loss to be about $2 billion a year in India, just at the primary level. 4. With a median age of 27.9 years in 2018, India's population is quite young, and by 2020, youth will make up for 34% of India's population. 5. 45 million, or say 4.5 crore, young people have been added to the voters list since 2014. No wonder Modi is doing a lot of Man Ki Baat. So, 45 million, or say 4.5 crore young people have been added to the voters list since 2014. Based on 2011 census, about 2 crore youngsters turn 18 every year in India, even though not everyone gets registered to vote. 6. India has shown responsibility and restraint by targeting satellite at 300 kilometer altitude, as opposed to China destroying a satellite at the height of 857 kilometer in 2007, which created a lot of risky debris. But even the Indian test has a small likelihood of creating some debris that gets thrown into the higher orbits. 7. One of the reasons for lesser concern with India's test has to do with the height of the test. At 300 kilometers, debris may survive just for months, if not weeks. At 800 kilometers, the Chinese satellite's debris has already survived for more than a decade and may survive for a few more years. 8. India has demonstrated that it can take down satellites in low Earth orbits of less than 2,000 kilometers above the land surface. 9. There are over 22,000 artificial objects currently in the orbit that are being tracked by one government agency or another. The European Space Agency estimates that currently there are over 34,000 pieces of debris in the orbit that are larger than 10 centimeter in size and close to 1 million pieces between 1 centimeter and 10 centimeter, and another 128 million pieces of debris less than a centimeter in size. With reducing satellite size and increasing frequency of space launches, this is only set to grow rapidly. 10. Earth orbital safety in the 21st century is as vital as shipping lane security was in the 20th century. 11. Utsava or Utsav. Now, Utsav is a Hindi word, is a Sanskrit word, where ut or ut means to let go or remove, and sava, S-A-V-A, means worldly sorrows. Hence, the complete word means to let go sorrows. Utsav means to let go sorrows. 12. In the Scandinavian countries, without any reservations, around half of the MPs are women, whereas in India we only keep talking of 33% reservation, which is not happening. 13. Friends, have you heard of this term Lucas critique? Well, the Lucas critique is named after Robert Lucas's work on macroeconomic policy making. It argues that it is naive to try and predict the effects of a change in economic policy entirely on the basis of relationships observed in the historical data, especially highly aggregated historical data. 14. Marriage industry of India boasts about 10 million or 1 crore weddings in a year. 15. There are reports that Pakistan is collaborating with China to develop a 5th generation fighter aircraft where India needs to double up. 16. In Hindu philosophy, the soul is interpreted as being without a gender. 17. Security cooperation was one of the reasons why Congress Prime Minister Narasimha Rao formally opened diplomatic relations with Israel in 1992, followed by purchase of India's first IAI Searcher, unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, and an air combat maneuvering system from Israel in 1996. 18. India is the largest single market for Israeli arms. Israeli arms sale to India is only second to Russia, having gone up by 650% in the past decade, now amounting to $715 million in 2017 alone. IAF missiles fired in Balakot reportedly used Israeli-made Spice 2000 guidance kits. 19. Modi was the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Tel Aviv in July 2017, and then came the return visit of Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu to Delhi in January 2018. 20. Israel is virtually a nation-at-arms country. It has always had conscription or draft or compulsory enlistment of people in national service. Every Israeli man who is a Jew or a Druze, excepting those with medical disabilities or religious scholars above 18, serve in the military for 36 months, and every Israeli woman for 24 months. We can't think of this happening in India. 21. The National Bill of Israel, passed in 2018, specified Israel as the nation state of the Jewish people. This makes the Israeli state closer to a theocratic one. 22. Iron and steel accounts for roughly 15 to 20% of the total cost in real estate. 23. Global warming. When Americans were experiencing bone-chilling temperatures on January 29, the world was actually 0.3 degrees warmer on an average compared to a baseline from 1979 to 2000. 24. Among all the 13 tiger range countries, India alone has the maximum number of tigers, that is 70% of the global wild tiger population and the source areas. This impressive gain is there despite the fact our per capita forest is only 0.06 hectare as against the world average of 0.6 hectare. Apart from other distracting factors such as having 60% of global livestock, 17% of world's human population, with a forest productivity of only 1.34 cubic meter per hectare per year, as against the world average of 2.1 cubic meter per hectare per year. 25. It has been documented that around 67,911 hectares of forest cover has been lost in 188 districts of India between 2009 and 2011 due to encroachment. And now we have some interesting quotes for you, friends. 1. Let's talk of Mother Earth. The soil is her flesh, the rocks are her bones, and the wind is her breath. Trees and grass, her hair. She lives, she spreads out, and we live on her. When she moves, we have an earthquake, says Rabbi Ezekiel Malekar. 2. In real life, it is the hair who wins. This quote is by Anita Bruckner. She is an award-winning novelist. 3. This one from Mary Shelley is interesting. Mary Shelley projected through the character Frankenstein. We all are threatened by the monsters we create. They don't come into being on their own. Every fair-minded person, this is the 4th quote, every fair-minded person holding a position of authority must support the few who have stood up against the injustice being perpetrated in the name of blasphemy. This line is from Asma Jahangir, Pakistani human rights lawyer and activist. 5. If you don't have a coalition with you, you will have a coalition against you. This quote is by Shimon Peres, Israeli politician who served as the 9th president of Israel. And it's very true. If you don't have a coalition with you, you will have one against you. 6. No book is perennially useful to mankind, said English philosopher David Hume. So friends, that's all I have for today. If you've liked my show, kindly share it. Also press the like icon. Also subscribe our channel by pressing the red icon, and don't forget to press the bell so that you are notified each time we upload a video. And for now, goodbye and see you soon.